Hey guys, welcome to Tracie's Place. Today we are putting up the EROMMY Gazebo. We have a 12 by 14. We almost got a 12 by 16, but we think the 12 by 14 will do us just fine. So we got that one. And my husband's in the back, making sure all the pieces are in the boxes. I'm going to take you step by step on every detail as much as I can because I want to help you. You all know how I do with my instructional videos. And for you all who are new to the channel, go down below in my drop down description box, things that we have put together, assembled and all that good stuff. We have put it down below, and I am very detailed and try to give you the best instructions possible so you are not lost with instructions. And so we're going to try to help you do the best. Some people are visual learners like me. So stay tuned, watch the video, and then I'm also putting down below the link to the gazebo. Right away, EROMMY sent us an email with the tracking numbers of the 4 boxes that it came in, and we were very pleased with that. Here you can see is available in a 10 by 10, 10 by 12, 10 by 13, 12 by 12, 12 by 14 is what we got. 12 by 16 is what we almost got. So I pray that we're fine with the 12 by 14. We believe so because there's a certain way we want to set up our patio. And then also they have a 12 by 20. So we're about to get this up, just me and my husband, and we're going to bring y'all along. Okay, so I am now in our back room where our pool table is. This is our pool table. And so we covered it, of course, so we won't mess it up. But we have all the pieces here. My husband was checking off everything, making sure, you can see his little check marks and stuff, but making sure all pieces are here. And then we're about to check the poles, the posts, or the columns, whatever you want to call them. We're going to check those, make sure they are not bent or damaged. So we pray that everything is all right. And like I said, we're going to bring you all along. So first you want to check off, make sure all your pieces are included. This makes it very easy. All the like nuts and bolts and screws and all that good stuff. They are here. There are other things that you need to have yourself other than what's just sent with the product. And make sure you have a drill with adjustable speed so that they do not strip the screws. So, you need a drill bits. It's preferable that you have at least 2 ladders because you're going to need 2 people at least to put this thing up. I have not ran across anybody that has done it just by themselves. Because you need help with someone handing you things, and then also just making it go by faster and everything. It's just preferable, but with at least 2 people. So 2 ladders, 1 for each person would be great. Okay, I'm coming out to see what my husband's doing out here. So we're laying out all of the poles and things out here to have them right where we need them. So this is the current state of our patio. It was set up for the summertime. We had a gazebo tent. We had an ABC tent. I loved my tent. I had 2 of them, and they both got blew away in rainstorms. So we said we're not just going to keep putting money into doing that, and we had them secured. We know people that have kept them up long term, but it just would not do it for us in the area that we live in. We're in the Midwest and we have a lot of storms, so our tents got blown away, and those tents were like $200 and some each. So we just said we're going to put up a permanent structure, and that's really heavy and bolted down to the cement, and prayerfully all will be well. And so we have a 16 by 20 patio slab here, and I hope y'all can hear me because there's some sirens in the background, so excuse that. But it was really pretty for the summertime. That's our herb garden. We had flowers and stuff all over here and everything. So we're moving all of this off and getting it prepped and everything because it looks real junky right now. So we're moving everything off and putting the gazebo right here. If you have air conditioning units and anything important to get to, make sure to leave room. That's one reason why we didn't get a 12 by 16. We have to leave a little room in order to, like, if we need to work on the roof or that needed to be worked on or anything. So just try to think of things beforehand before you get the size that you're going to get. Make sure all is good with it and you should be fine. And my husband laid these little bamboo tracks here. They got knocked off, but laid these little bamboo sticks here so we can see where the gazebo would be. We'll still have room on this side for the herb garden and everything because it needs sun. And we'll have plenty of room to put our patio furniture and decorate it the way that I want to and everything. We'll have a little bit of room, of course, over there so people can walk to the air conditioning unit and, you know, just whatever we need. We just try to figure, you know, the space we would need or what size gazebo we would need for the space that we have. We are making a Home Depot run. So we ended up getting these landscape rocks. $4.97 to put inside of the anchoring poles, each 4 of them. So my husband is blowing the deck off. Making sure all the debris and everything is cleared off, and we're starting with a clean slate.
Let's get going.
Let's go.
Picture of this.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a picture of this. So this is what we're starting with, a 16 by 20 patio, concrete patio. And let's go.
Like this side over here came in bag 2. It's all the roofing stuff. So I'm putting them in order, kind of by the alphabet. These do not have a tag on it, so I'm leaving one in the bag so I know exactly what part it is until I use it.
Oh, okay. So this is all the roofing stuff. We're going to put it right here. Please excuse all of that. The pool usually sits here, but this summer we did not put up the pool, so we did not put up a new tarp that the pool goes on and everything. So everything's pretty rough back here right now. So I have gallon-sized bags, and this is what we're going to put the rocks in to put them down in the 4 columns. And this is an extra step to make sure that they are heavy enough. You don't have to do this. It wasn't instructed, but we saw a couple of people do this or either talk about it in the comments, putting rocks in the columns, the 4 columns. And that just gives extra weight so that, you know, you're assured it's even the more sturdy and won't blow away. We're putting them in bags so that when we insert them in or have to lay them down and pick them up, they're not rolling everywhere and they're not coming out the other end. They're secure in the bags, and if for some reason they kind of slide a little, they're in the bags and they can just push right back down, and you know, just to secure the rocks. And some people say it may be overkill, but it's just an extra step to make sure that the whole gazebo is heavier. So unfortunately, it is the prep work that usually takes up all the time, but it's got to be done.
There you go.
So what I ended up doing was filling up bags. And I don't know if I showed y'all, but these were just some little Dollar Tree bags, but these are strong and sturdy. So just $1 or $1.25. And $4 and something for this whole big bag of rocks. And like I said, there's more rocks in the main bag we bought it in, but I think that's not a lot to spend for more security. Okay, so I ended up filling about this much of the bag, and you just fold it under. And put it down in there. And then keep on filling them up. So fill up as many bags as you want to for security, more security for the gazebo, and peace of mind for you. So I ended up stuffing 3 bags of rocks into each of the 4 columns. And this is what it looks like inside. So I just made sure to push them far enough so that they would not obstruct these holes. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Okay, so what I'm about to do now is put all of these little pieces, the little screws and bits and things, in a cup. so that they are all together. And my husband just wanted it that way. He said it would be easier for him because when you slit this, most of them are going to ease out anyway. So he said he'd just rather have them all in one cup so that he could just quickly, you know, do like that and get what he needs. So I will label the cup because there is a number system. So I will put the number on here. You do not have to do this. It's just, you know, what works best for you. I'll slit the plastic. But these, since they're in individual bags, we're just gonna leave them like this. First part, he is connecting the feet.
Starting by hand. Don't tighten all the way.
So starting by hand, but you're not supposed to tighten all the way.
Until you get all three in there.
Until you get all three of the screws in there.
Make sure they lined up right.
And then he'll do the rest of them.
So right now I'm just connecting part of the clips. It's gonna actually hold up the bar, the crossbar, I think it is.
Okay, those are the roof clips?
Well, this is the top, and this is what the roof is gonna clip onto, but this is gonna support the crossbars.
Okay. And these are A's. All of the feet are on, and the feet are J's, and they're all on. Start each one by hand and don't fully tighten all the screws. And what's the importance of that?
So that you can adjust the walls when you're putting them up. You can adjust the structure because make sure all the holes are lined up. And as the structure is settling, it'll just make it tighter and make it more neat.
Oh, okay.
You're not pulling on one end and tugging on the other end.
Right. Okay. So he's going to put them all in each one of the columns.
All the way around. Each corner will have these pieces on it.
So each corner, 1, 2, and 3 will have one of those. And these are Q3s.
And make sure the short side of the bracket. Make sure the short side of the bracket is connected to it.
Yeah, the column.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. The short side. And just a little reminder, they do give you an extra of each piece. So you're supposed to have 8 of these, but it's a +1. So just in case you lose one, or you should have an extra one. But it's a good tip that before you even start doing all this, while everything is in the pack, count and make sure everything is there, as stated. So he's connecting Q4 to A right now.
Again, not to never fully tighten it until we get the other pieces to connect to it. You got 2 on each one, and the flat side should be inside, not facing out.
So the flat side. You see these ridges here? So this is the flat side. And this to this side.
2 on each one.
So there's 2 of these on each one. 2 there.
And then 2 on these.
And then 2 on here. So he is about to connect B1 and B2 by P.
Well, I'm going to be connecting part B2 and B1 by letter P. Then I'm going to be using the number 1 screw. I should use 4 on each side.
Okay.
So I'll connect it. It slides down inside there. I'm going to go ahead and get these holes started so this thing doesn't move on me. Just go ahead and...
So it seems like these holes are a little bit snug.
So I just turned the power up on my drill without trying to strip them. Yeah, that was just a little break that just had to happen, and it's going in fine.
Okay. Yes, we thought they were the wrong size screws, but those were the correct screws. He just had to turn the power up on his drill,
Just a little bit.
and because they were just a little snug. So we're partially working on concrete. So we just put some of the cardboard that came in with the boxes. We just put it down here so that these beams don't get all scraped up.
So we are going to connect B2 and B1 using part P, and going to connect them with screw number 1. When you do this, make sure that there are 3 holes, 1, 2, 3, and they're on the inside, so that once you push this through, there's a stop right here, because there's a connection that's going to go over here in this middle hole. So if you push this in too far, the holes won't line up. So that should let you know, that should be just a gentle reminder that you should have that hole partially out here. And if you give me a second, I'll show you why. I'll just put one of these in here so you can see what I'm talking about. So once you get these connected, that centerpiece right here is going to allow these two to be connected a second way, and also there are going to be holes on the top that need to be connected. And that's another reason. See, right now this just looks like it's a little bit off. It's another reason why you don't tighten it all the way down. You leave it somewhat loose so you can adjust for that difference. Okay.
Okie dokie.
All right, and then we'll do the same thing with letter B3 and B4 as we're doing with B2 and B1. The same process.
Okay. And now he's going to do the same process. And the process is the same with B3 and B4.
Yep. You got your connection with P2P.
So it's the same as what we just did with B1 and B2.
Yep. You use letter P to connect them.
You're using letter P to connect them.
And the number 1.
And a number 1 screw. So my husband's just putting the pieces, kind of just laying them together. So those are the columns.
And they're connecting
here.
to B3,
And
B3 and B4, which is the long side.
So
and I'm using screw number 1 to attach it.
So it's connecting B3 and B4, these two that we just put together, attaching them to the columns here, the long side, which is B3 and B4.
Slot right under here that allows this. There's a slot right under there that allows this piece to go in there for the connection. There's a slot right there. Those things are heavy since we got them rocks in there. And then again, we're going to use B1.
Using B1 screws. And it's not over tightening them nor tightening them all the way. Do not tighten all the way. And he's doing the same on this side.
And again, don't turn the power all the way up on this thing, because it'll strip these.
So we're gonna stand it up right here and just lean it up against the wall.
And then turn and walk yours to the end of it. Just walk it that way. This is how it's gonna stand up here. You can lean it back if you want. Yeah, let's see if it'll lean back. And then I'm gonna walk my side around. the outside, the same thing. Hot, baby. Hot. Let's get out of here. I'll give it to you. Once you start to lean, grab it. We can kind of start seeing like that's big. That's big.
That's big enough. We're not sure if that's the exact placement, but that's about where we want it to be. And this is a 12 by 14. So if we had got a 12 by 16, it would have been right on the edge. And we didn't want that. So this will be big enough. So now we are putting the eights, the number 8s in. And they're gonna go
all the way in here, and it's connecting this part to the post. Again, it's another connection to the post.
Okay.
This is another reason why you leave it partially loose, so that you can, because right now the holes are not lined up, but you can manipulate it enough to get that in there. Get my other drill.
So these number 8s have a stop on them.
So you're not supposed to bury them deep in the hole like I did that first one.
Okay.
I'll over tighten that a little bit.
We over tightened it a little bit. So it should look like this one, not go all the way in like that one. With the
Should be flush with this.
Should be flush with the post. Should be flush with, what is that thing called? Beam. Should be flush with the beam.
As soon as you go beyond flush, it strips out.
So now he's going to do the same thing on the rest of the columns. And please excuse me for not calling these the right things if I'm not calling them the right things, because the instructions do not have names on them, just numbers and pictures. So some you have to figure out yourself, but I know they're beams and columns and posts.
We're going to connect H1 and H. These are the braces to hold these in place. And the H1 goes on the long side. It goes over top of this bracket, over top of this clip.
Okay.
Goes over top of this clip and into there. So when you do it this way, it'll be flush with the outside and flush with the inside. It'll just look nice. Have a nice flush surface on here. So you just get it going so it'll stay in place. And then after you get the other one, you'll come back around and tighten them all down.
So don't tighten all the screws yet.
Yeah,
Just until they're close. And this is the H bar, and it's going on the short side.
And this is the main reason why you don't tighten it, because sometimes these holes are not lining up. You need to be able to move it. And if they're tightened down all the way, you won't be able to move it. Let's get it started. My hand. And just tighten it just a little bit. Don't secure it. But you can already see the structure starting to get tightened down. Starting to be more secure. We're not even holding it up.
Yep.
All right.
Make sure when doing the H pieces that the indented side is out like that, not turned around the opposite way. Took us a little bit. It's just picture direction. So that's the way it is supposed to be. So now it is time to put on the little balls or the little clips for the curtains. So there's 2 tracks. It's gonna be 14 on this side and 14 on this side. There's a little space right up in here where you stick the ball in at. And just stick it on just like that. And it turns, so it doesn't matter which way you actually put it on because the ball turns around in there. And just to make it even, I'm just gonna put 7 on the side as far as the front track and 7 on the back track. And then you'll do the same on this side. And I'm gonna do the same over here on this side. So on the long side, there is 16 on one track and then 16 on the second track. So that's a total of 32. And I apologize, on the short side, it was supposed to be a total of 28. 14 on each track. Now he'll take corner bracket K and he's connecting them with number 4s. Okay.
And they they cover this and they go into this slots here. So now I'm connecting the K1 as another form of brace for the side. Just gonna connect those 2 screws on the top, 1 on the bottom, using the number 1 screw.
Using the number 1 screw. Hopefully y'all can hear because our heating and air unit is on, so I apologize about that. Okay. And so he'll do that on all 4 sides.
Gonna be connecting K.
So now he's gonna be connecting K.
And B. That's gonna sit right up in through there. There's a little slot in the back. You can see that slot. This fits right in there. It goes right over the top of there. Okay. So you wanna just put the 2 screws, 2 number 1 screws into the top. You have to get it from the other side, but there are 2 holes that you're gonna connect to. 2 connecting holes on the top here. There, there. Let's get them started, hand tighten. And since you have already put on the hooks for the curtains, you're gonna come back and you're gonna put this piece right here. This is gonna be a stop for the curtains. Do not go over. And it's actually gonna cover up this hole. Going to be connecting number 11.
It's going to be connecting number 11.
To L2.
To L2.
This is actually the hook. If you want to hang something, you can hang something in your...
on the top.
On the top.
So like a ceiling fan or a plant or something like that.
Right. This is part of number 11. These bolts,
okay.
The bolts come with number 11.
So this is
part number 11.
So this is part number 11, and the little bolts come with that.
Yeah. And they do provide you with a screw to something to tighten it down.
Yep, they provide you with a little wrench. A little wrench they put in there for you.
I'm just trying to even these out. So
okay.
And here we're going to take D. We're going to take this D.
D. Okay.
We're going to connect E5 to it.
E5 is connecting onto D.
We're going to connect on just like that. And from here you'll need the number 1 screw, and you'll need that hex wrench that they give you.
Okay, so you need number 1 screws and the hex wrench. And this is the hex wrench.
After we have connected D
with E5,
we're going to have to come in and connect this to the top, to the corner of L2. We're going to connect it like that. This is actually going to be the top part of the roof. And then we will connect these two. We will connect one here, we will connect there, and those are going to be like the 4 legs of the roof support. Some people say put this on back there first and then come back to this, but the instructions say go this way. Do it in this order. So I'm going to connect all of these together first before I start connecting them one by one to this.
So we came in the grass. I was kind of worried about getting the finish all scratched up and everything, so we came over in the grass. So we're getting these attached. So we have 3 just about attached, and then got to do the 4th over there.
So the best thing to do is to try to get over there on that side and guide that thing right on top of that. Yours first so you can get the hold that right there. Look at that, look at that. What's up?
Now we got to put these on.
Like I figured.
So my husband is checking the how level it is. Yeah.
Keep it going.
Keep it going. See, this is what it looks like. So it looks level to me, but Mr. wants it level.
Look at the roof of the house.
I know it's level. Have you been on this side?
I have 6 of the D1. These are the roof supports. And I'm going to be connecting the Q1 to the bottom using the number 1 screw. This will actually connect to the frame. This will actually connect to the frame of the roof right here. That's where that's going to connect to. And then the other part will connect to the top of that piece up there at the top. That's what I'm doing. I got 6 of these, and there'll be 6 support beams. Again, not tightening them completely, just to allow a little more flexibility. See, I'm getting a little tired. I'm sitting down there.
So there's that noise of the air conditioning unit.
This goes to the back, whichever way. You can go to that one first. You can just flip her over this one. Huh? You need a screw. And then just work my way around. G1 goes on the short side, and G2 on the long side.
Now we are assembling the G1s and the G2s. What is that you have in your hand?
G2.
So that's a G2 going on this long side right here. G2 going across right up there. So he has an end cap.
This is only just temporary because I need the other one.
So the end cap covers the G1 and the G2. Hold on, let me get in place. See right there. Just getting the screw in there. And this is the G2. This is the G2. So now he's putting that end cap on across the G1 and the G2 where they connect. So he's putting the G2 up across the back there. And then he's going to put an end cap up there to cover where the G1 and the G2 meet. But there's screws in the middle to where that and that connect. Let me give you a visual. So he put them in by hand first and then it's going back and drilling them in. Do those get drilled in tight yet?
After I get it all connected, yeah.
So after he gets everything connected, then he'll go back and tighten up the screws.
I get everything connected, so know it's not gonna move anymore.
Just FYI, I think I said it earlier, it is September the 9th. So it's at the end of summer, basically. And sun is shining. So he's going to finish this side. So he's just going to put the G1 up, the last one. And then we'll go from there. So the next part of the instruction said to lay the roof pieces out as stated on the instructions. so that you can just kind of see how everything goes. And here are the instructions. So we have them laid out like that. So he's going to get up on the ladder, and I'm going to hand him each piece. And you can't see it, but these are 4 of each piece. So there's 4 of those, 4 of these, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. And then there's 4 of those pieces up top.
Z1, and Z2, and connect them to the shoe pieces. That's on here.
Okay.
It tells you how and where. Yep.
Let's go. We're fighting against sunlight now, y'all. So this was somewhat of a hard part to figure out, but we did. Got it together. So these 2 pieces here are Z's. These long Z's. Okay, so there's a Z that goes here, and then a Z that goes here, and then a Z2 piece that goes here. And this, let me see if I can show you. This is what it should look like. I'm hoping you can see that. That clips on like that. Okay, let me show you. It would be like this. See this hump here in the middle, and this one here, and then this edge piece. So this is like this, and you flip it around like this. See, there's an opening here that you just kind of slide on right here and right here. And what you do is you slide it right in there. I'm going to show you on another piece. It's right here. And we're going to slide it on like so. See right here? I'm going to do just like this and slide it on like that. And then like that. And then just slide it until it touches right there. Okay. And that's it. It's a weird fit, but that's what it is. And then you put another Z piece here, and down here a Z2. Okay, so that goes on just like that. Let me show you. On the other side, it looks like this.
For the bottom, you need 1.
And there you go. Make sure to take the tags off before you get them up on your roof. So we are starting with the S1 piece. So I'm going to hand it up to him. And so they go down, slide downward. So I got to loosen G2. And then as you put these on, after you install it, then you tighten G2 back up. Do I need to get up there and hold something? So he is putting up the S1, the second S1, and it's going right there. So we have to slide these in these slots, you guys. So, whew, we're gonna stop at 10 o'clock. We have a light, but we're gonna stop at 10 o'clock. We'll have to finish the rest tomorrow. So it is 10:05 and we got it done. My husband got it done. I assisted a little bit.
We got it done.
We got it done? Okay. I helped a little bit, but we're about to come on down. It's getting cold. Yeah, we got to clean up. And we'll come back tomorrow and we'll bring y'all along. To be continued tomorrow. All right, you guys, it is day 2. We are back at it. And the next thing that has to happen is putting M2 on top of the very top pieces there. So now we're at the point where he's going to put the M2 cap on at the very top. And let me show you all. So I'm handing him the M2. And then, I don't know if you can see, he got him up there with him, but there's 2 number 5s that are the hooks. And those hooks are going to go in those 2 holes right there. Okay. I'm going to go there and there.
Just tightening the cap.
And these hooks, you're tightening all the way up because you're tightening up the cap that's on the top. And you have to do that because if you put on these other roof pieces, you won't be able to get back to it. So now we're getting 4 of the F1s, 4 of the F2s, 2 of the F3s, and then 10 of the 1s, these 4. So right now, he's putting up the F2, then F3, then F1, and that's on the long side. So he's on the long side over there. So that's where he's putting the F2, F3, and then F1 will be over there. And so he had to put the screws in there and there. So now I'm handing him the F3. And I'm about to get the F1 ready to hand to him. So you don't have to tighten the second screw because you have to put the F3 up before you tighten F2 to this rod here. So they have to be put on basically together. Somebody needs to hand the person up on the ladder one so that they can overlap these and then put the screw in and tighten them. And you just put all of the other rods up as directed around the middle of the lower part of the roof. So right here on the short side, he's going to need a F1, which I just gave him, and then an F2 over here. And unfortunately, you have to unscrew that first screw that you did and put them together and screw them back together. So now he's going around tightening up all of the screws, all the number 1, making sure they are tight. It's good to have 2 or 3 people doing it with you, of course. That way you can hold these 2 up together and tighten them together. The third person can help you. And the third person can help the 2 people that are up there. So, gotta finagle it how you can. It makes it easy if you lay all the pieces down around on the ground. So this is a C2. We're on the short side. We're on the short side. So that's a C2, C1, then C2, C3, C1, C2, C1, C2, C3, and C1. over there on that long side. So if you get them started in the middle and just screw it lightly, they can hang like that. And then you can just come back and tighten them up on each edge. And then he's putting that corner piece on top. And then we're going to do that corner the same. So if you put C2, this rod here, C2, and that short rod, C3 together, and this is on the long side, then you can fasten it just a little bit with a screw, and then they can hang like that. And that's if you're working with 2 people. So the little flat piece, and let me show it to you. These ends are for the middle, and these end 2s are for the corner pieces.
Got started.
Now that all the pieces are secure around there for the gutter system, it's time to start putting the lower roof pieces on. And so I am, again, just like for the top part of the roof, for the bottom part of the roof, I am putting on Z's and Z1s where they are needed. And I think I showed you all how to put them on already. But they go on like this. The clip part is here, and it slides over here. It's kind of not an easy way to tell you guys, but that's how it's supposed to look. And the humpy part is like that. Okay. And you have to keep these pieces together as far as making sure you know what pieces where, because they don't have each piece tagged. There's like 2 of these X3s, and they are like pressed together. You have to separate them, but they only have 1 tag for the both of them. So when I take off the first X3, I put the tag on the second S3, and I go from there. And it shows you for the bottom part of the roof, it shows you on page 14 and page 15 where the Z and Z1 parts go. All right, guys, it is 10 minutes to 9. We're going to call it a night. We're not going to go as long as we did last night, but so today we started after my husband got off of work. So we had a whole day gone. So he started here. Well, he put that top piece on, but then he started, let me back up. He started on this side, and then did this side and half of this side. And then, so he has to finish that tomorrow, and has to finish this side tomorrow. And then we have a few more things to do, and then we should be done. Hey guys, it is day 3, and we're back at it. As you can see, it is 4:51 in the afternoon, and we hope this is gonna be the last day. But we're getting started on the corner. It gave us a little bit of problems last night, so we're starting with the corner piece. Let me show you.
It just kept sliding, kept moving every time I tried to attach the second piece to it. It just kept sliding.
It's attached now.
Yeah, I'm anchoring this so the rest of them don't move on me. And I need to put one more in here.
So he's anchoring everything so that they don't move over here. For some reason, they were moving and not staying in the little slot, the little groove that they were supposed to be in. So he's anchoring it with those little black pieces over here so he can continue.
One more.
Which way you want me to hit? So to make it easier, sometimes you have to do a little bit of adjusting when putting these panels in. So what we ended up having to do here is loosen this up and then making sure these slide in right where they were supposed to. And then he went ahead and tightened this one back up. He took this little piece off, made sure those were in properly because they were loose and we didn't know what was going on. So he just kind of loosened this and made sure that the panels were stuck in there and where they were supposed to be over here, and then tightened it up, and it's fine now. We're on the last roof piece, you guys. When I tell you this has been a mess getting this roof pieces on, I done had to put my hair up and out the way, and it's hot today. So now we are putting on these black pieces. We're putting on these black pieces. This is why they go in these grooves. And the screw comes through the top, down through the wide piece into this hole. Yep. It goes through like that.
And this is where you'll need one person on the top and one on the bottom. It's your turn.
That way it goes by faster and easier. And there you go. And you do them all the way around. So we're going on to this one over here. Slide that one in so the holes match up. He stuck the screw through. And I'm putting the nut on this side. I use this to hold it so he can tighten it from the other side. Get over there. Then you keep going all the way around. So you guys, look at all that. Whew. Feel like we're building a house. But it is about 9:32 at night. We're gonna try to get this done. So we have all of those done. Y'all, and these take a couple hours sometimes. And right here, we have this to finish. Putting these little screws in. All right, guys, so we are working with the light, and it's about 10:15 or 10:30, and we are going to get these up. We are getting up the netting that keeps out the mosquitoes at the top for the vent between the two roofs. And these are pieces I2. And these are pieces I2 and I1. And they go up around here before the netting does. And now, and I'm sorry you cannot see, but he's putting up the nettings up in between the two ceilings, the bottom and the top ceiling. So, and that would be piece V1 and piece V2. That's the long piece. So he's putting those up. There's two of those and two of those, and they're being held up by number 1s and number 9s. And it is good and dark, y'all, because it is 11:09 p.m. Thursday night. Hope the neighbors aren't too unhappy with us. Y'all, the last bolt is going in. The last screw and the last bolt. Praise God.
You tired, boss?
He said he tired, boss.
Feels all day.
Yes, sir. Whew. All right, guys, it's 11:45 and it is finished, and I will show you the rest tomorrow. So we have to put it in its permanent spot, attach it to the concrete, and then put the curtains up. And we'll be done. Don't know if we're gonna put the curtains up first before we move it or what, but we'll see.
I gotta be able to put some weight on it.
So he is about to put the holes in the concrete.
Sometimes the dust from drilling clogs up the hole and prevents it from going deeper.
So I don't know if you heard all of that, but he's clearing out the dust from what he just drilled, because sometimes it can clog up the hole, prevents him from making a deeper hole, and then also it can prevent the screws from going in properly. So he had to put it on the hammer drill setting to make it go down. He said it made all the difference in the world, so the setting matters. Just putting the Tapcon screws in now. Yay, the final step. It is time to put up the curtains. And look who came to help. So the curtains are labeled T and the netting is labeled T1. The curtains go on the outside. The netting goes on the inside. The curtains, we had a little bit of problems because there's a long side and a short side. You have to put them up a certain way, but it's not specified in the instructions. So a little later on, I'm going to tell you what we had to do.
They just in the house keep keying and whatnot. Got me out here working hard.
We were not kikiing and ha-haing, but we put the curtains up and they were not put up the right way because, as I said before, there's a certain way you have to put them up. And let me tell you how. So when putting up the curtains, make sure that the holes line up with this post right here. And also make sure that this tie back on the netting lines up with the post. If they do not line up, you have put the wrong curtains in the wrong place. The wrong curtains and the wrong nettings in the wrong place. They are not labeled like each particular curtain, because there is a long side to the tent and then there is a short side. And even though there are 4 curtains and 4 pieces of netting, there are 2 curtains that are just alike and the other 2 curtains are just alike, if that makes sense. And then there are 2 pieces of netting that are just alike in the same length and everything. And then there's another 2 pieces of netting, the mosquito netting, that are the same size. So if they are put in the wrong place in the gazebo, your tie backs are not going to tie back the way they're supposed to. Everything is just going to be off. So I ran into that problem and I contacted the seller, and EROMMY, helped me get through it. Told me to reverse the way I put the curtains on and everything, and we finally got it together. I'm sorry, there's my loud unit, but it was so frustrating for me because each particular curtain and netting was not labeled and wasn't in the manual, in the directions, where to put which one exactly in which corner and side of the gazebo. So I don't know if that makes sense, but like I said, you would do great if you would just make sure that this hole lines up with this pole, and then this tie back on the netting lines up with the pole. And I know it's not looking like it, but this does line up. I just don't have my curtains all the way closed on both sides, but make sure this lines up on this pole and this tie back on the pole, and then that will let you know that you have those 2 correct. And then you just take it section by section and you'll end up with your curtains and netting on properly. And this is the way it should be able to come together. And I don't have the nettings pulled back, just the curtains. So the netting is up. I know it looks really clear, but the netting is up. And like I said, we're just putting up this string temporarily because I'm going to get something that matches the gazebo. But this is just temporary. We have these lights already, and I'm just trying to hurry up and get something up for the end of the season so we can enjoy this gazebo. But you guys, come back. If it's not already up, come back and see the sofa lounge that I chose, the outdoor sofa that I chose, and how I put it together. And then also come back for the reveal of the decor in the gazebo. It is gorgeous. Hope to see you soon. And check below in the drop-down description box for the link to this gazebo.